Sadio Mane is Philip Coutinho's daddy. That's the first fact that we need to understand it because I keep trying to explain this to people and people don't want to understand. Um, Coutinho is not Liverpool's best player. Sorry, Coutinho is not Liverpool's best attacking player. Pretty much their best player because Liverpool don't like to defend. Mane is. Mane is an incredible player. And he is, for me, the most important attacking player for Liverpool. Hoffenheim are clowns. First of all, it was a stupendous performance by Liverpool. This Liverpool team, under Jurgen Klopp's tactics, if you give them space, they will cut you open. That's the key thing. If you give them space and you play end to end and it's a Wild West, they will completely and totally rip you apart, which is what Liverpool did. Hoffenheim, very stupidly, Hangelman, or whatever the hell his name is, that young coach, you got exposed for your maturity because you're like, yeah, I understand that you need to get back in the game. It's only 2-1. You're playing away from home against a team you know that's quite very good attacking. And if you did your homework, you would know that if you give them space, they're going to tear that ass up. And if it comes down to end-to-end, because they have better players than us, we can't get in an end-to-end against these guys. And you don't want to go with an end-to-end at the beginning of the match. Do it like, let's say, if you have nothing to lose, if you're losing the game with about 50 minutes to go. But earlier on in the game, especially in the first half, keep it tight. Keep it solid. Put men behind the ball. Look for counterattacks because if you're done your homework, you'll know that Liverpool only play one way. And even if you sit back deep, the counter will always be on and you will always have that one or two chances to try and get a good opportunity on a breakaway. But look, man, Liverpool, it was important to their hands. And I think, look, man, they played some ridiculous football. I mean, Henderson was cutting guys open. Emre Can, again, this guy, I think he's 23. He's getting better and better. It's the interplay, the switching, the movements, the fluidity, the unpredictability. And I just have to repeat to guys again, it's like you cannot give this team space. If you give them space, they are so attacking, they're so offensive, they're so in sync, and they have such a clear, concise understanding of Jurgen Klopp's off-the-ball movement philosophy that giving them space, you will get destroyed because they know how to exploit that space. Not all teams know how to use space as well as this Liverpool team because, again, this reminds me of when Klopp hit with his Dortmund team during the Heights because this guy's role. But please listen to me to this. Ronaldo played well. Salah played well. But even Trent Alexander, the guy wrote as well. I told you, Mane's football is ridiculously West African. There's so much body movement involved in there. And I keep reminding people that it is how unorthodox he is. He is very hard to mark because you never know what he's going to do because he can go left and right at completely random moments, which is not what Coutinho does. Coutinho is still very good. But for me, if I'm a defender, I'm far more fearful of Mane than I am of Coutinho. In a one-on-one, I'm far more fearful of Mane than a Coutinho. So, but Hoffenheim, yes, they did. I mean, it was a brave performance. They got those two Gs. They kept on fighting, but their tactics were completely and utterly crap. Completely bull crap. I mean, I'd sack that coach if I was there, the chairman, because that's just a disgraceful tactics to take away from home when you know that you're the inferior team. But for Liverpool, 100% they're in the Champions League. But you have to take this performance with a hint of salt. It was a great performance, stupendous performance. They were by far the best team. And remember, these are two fourth-place teams. That just shows is that the gap between the Premier League and the Bundesliga. These are the two fourth-place teams. We have to take this performance and this results with a hint of salt, with a grain of salt, because against Bayern, Juventus, Real Madrid, even this Barcelona, PSG, Monaco, they will know how to defend far better than how Hoffenheim did. And Hoffenheim defended like flipping like prostitutes from Mars. But they will get, I mean, if Liverpool are that open against those teams who have killer apps that Hoffenheim don't have, they'll get destroyed. So Liverpool know how to attack, but they must know how to defend. They must know how to have a much more stronger, resolute midfield. But again, they're in the Champions League. And for me personally, just as a football fan, I can't wait to see what they do with this. They're amazing attacking football and your boy, Mane.